at the game watch me, you know, and once I get here, I'm almost at my phone. Now, Muntie,
Pramo actually Chemo at Chemiano, a man some of Buano, and every Yatansia. Yade Abraham and some of the day by myself and one from Belfont in video so and your Facebook and escape 895 lives and so and escape 895 official and so YouTube. TikTok and as if we now so I can beat me at and cancel Eddie Efriho. Now, and then you and some of the ever the bidimu akutimbi any say. Oswafo no na hwaba aban amanbo ensam so yewura first kwachofu so ene government accountability service no and ono so de ne de aduro ma je kwa chechense no kwa yensma hodo a yebusa bushafo de musam bi ebremo
Kana twatwafo abede akire edema MPP amanyoko no nana obribo ahe enso akasa atia ensema professor Kwabena Frempo Oboaten aka afa amanyoko no enho no
na concerned drivers association of Ghana trying to interference that can now na baba tudo mo HM say so man mu no kami enkwakweresa kwanhia na adoso papa nti wo mo twa kata da babo ntomerica sa edefa hunsem chafo ye de ebremo
Kane managing director ana oda Gihawk Distillery Company Limited and no Onimonyan for Max Kofi Jima enso akasa afa Dr. Bamomia ho ewo MPP abatwa edawe oni bosumi ewiye.
In some way any afofro binom na ewiye ya chance a yade Abraham say kese we any chance kese eyeme Kwame Ofori Abuaje elder 0 minimum
Ama sewa ampafu.
Afe yemfa be kese ne yentie emu ensem.
Sikka FM 89.5 yes suma santimai. Sikka FM 89.5 yes suma santimai.
Sikka FM track 1 yen yakro 89.5 Sikka FM
Track 1 yakwa na Sikka no so amomode anfe yenko aban kese no emu na ewansam bushafo so yemfa emna musanse omampande GM ebaye no eno ayehye bi edi ato sa blano no ne ministers no ankasa pon so mommo na mammo no entimi enkonka no mewese omebu akonta so edi achagana fo nyina na obi adwumadi a wodie no so yetime musampa dwuma de hye won sa fedie ekoyie ananse enkoyenti wo mo efrase ne efrafie twam no mo frase ayehwa dwuma na enei ena first kwachi ofuso no na minister for government communications obomoden akwakwo Johnson Trofo enimnafe insamodo a Johnson Trofo so ebisa bichafra pa ebiso ede ebe no nyina ene se wachechire mu sansan Trofo ebisan se abawe se eba ye no ade ba kwenhye bi ode eba 1 CD levy ode ebe to ye petroleum product so na se fengo ebo so ya no na aban botan so ba behwe na wode apesika bi de abo se be ya eka eda energy sector betimi ade etu ase so ede efro nti and say ebana na santofo ne wo mo abusa ne sensan hye no eba se na ho sam sitie se ekoye na eba ye no kra no se na akwakwakodu ho ma ne bo etise ya mo erese Ghana fo nyina so ebetimi ate ase we nam so ema Euro first kwa chofo so ebomoden na wo chechim se de etse kwakodu ne mfaso a oman so etumi nya bisia yentie first kwa chi ofosu
the bit about the 1 cedi levy. I think that the 1 cedi levy and its relics and importance was thoroughly explained by the Minister for Finance and Minister for Energy when the bill to have it passed was introduced in Parliament. The whole idea was to ensure that expensive liquid fuels purchased for the purposes of firing thermal plants, but whose cost had not been factored into the tariff build-up, was addressed because it was becoming a bit of a problem. The estimates show that on a yearly basis, about $1.2 billion or so is required for purposes of importing liquid fuels to fire thermal plants. Now, if some effort was not made to bridge this gap, it was going to pose a challenge, even as efforts were made to address the many problems that plagued the sector which we inherited. In terms of the exact amount of money that has been collected, I'm not able to provide the figures now, but I don't think that is anything that we cannot get in short order. So I'm sure that in the coming days that should be. I suspect that even the Finance Ministry in its yearly report to Parliament, petroleum revenue receipts and the general accounting that is done for the budget for each year will shed light on how much has been collected. But what is clear is that it certainly has been put to good use and has contributed significantly to achieving stability in the power sector. When we took over power, there were challenges with electricity stability, and I think all of us can attest now that for several months now, electricity supply has been stable, and we've not experienced the outages that many had feared would be the case. In terms of the clearance of the energy sector debt, I think on Monday, the Finance Ministry issued a statement to inform Ghanaians that up to about $1.4 billion of debt owed in the energy sector had been cleared. I don't think that the statement suggested by any stretch of the imagination that $1.4 billion was all the debt that had been cleared. It is another stakeholders. There's a table that indicates how much has gone to who. So any thorough reading of the statement will make it clear that the Minister for Finance or government was not saying that all of the debt had been cleared, but a significant chunk of the debt had been cleared within a matter of a year. And this has brought significant relief to the players in the sector. What had happened was that there was some lack of discipline in terms of adherence to the cash waterfall mechanism, which was designed to ensure that all players in the sector get some form of liquidity to finance their operation.
Anya ti yewura first kwachi ofosu na moten kase wo chechemu aba 1 cedi levy no said ehon hihye akwakodo no manya nsem na akwakodo no chese finance ministry ne betumi akamu akasem kase pa na do betumi akade afa ho ene se wodidi ye pa se sika na ban no ba ya tabe hihye wodi ba wodi se sika no eno atumi aboa amayise no hwe o maye nyima hoden na na otuko no ma eno ba dina so a ise ni dum kania sa so tiase enti ano aboa amahise no enkanye na timi agyanna so bi atumi kanya so atumi ade anadwuma ndanse sika botin se nyanya ndaho ananse se na dawo na se nyanya free mu ekase na aba no de eno finance ministry no na obetumi aka ehon asemo se na no dwada ye kura moti se finance ministry ne krata ba bonten se ene eka eda energy sector no tiri kwakwa kutua emu no ebi ya ne se ne nyina no atumi atwa de na we no nyina no efisika wode ebeto fango ebo se 1 cedi no eno ebi no wa cheche wode de kra sa anyama pebi so edia kan wa sabedie wo mo ehwese dia ekada eni setaw no so ebetumi so efri honuma eno wo bo ho amane no wie no ene sentro san ebusa ne se ene sentro bati anya se akwakobro sentro ni wo bia wo ye na dwuma sentro ni faase wo ye na dwuma nya akwatie kwa ne nyina ne so eye security personnel na se ebru wo mo na ho nsam no so sen na aban no so wo kan ede afa esanse na no dey mampani JD onwankasa ekọ GBC okan wonsem etrese asoja za police for ne asoja for ni bia pimpi no wo mo ebu central for no ebi wono mo na emrane no mo edise de emrase na sen ene ho sankaye isitene so okire mu sei.
Regarding the assault of the journalist, interdiction is an important activity. What it shows is immediate commitment by the relevant authorities to address the problem of indiscriminate assault on journalists. Let me stress that, as President Mama himself has been at pains to point out, government does not endorse in any way, shape or form any form of assault or heckling or harassment of any journalist or any other category of professionals for that matter. The President has also indicated government desire to partner various stakeholders to reorient personnel of the security agencies on how they should relate to journalists. I think that the general attitude of some elements within the security services is that journalists bit of a nuisance. Especially when you try to poke and find out what is happening, which is your job. There are many, or there are some of them who are unable to tolerate or countenance that, and therefore vent their spleen on journalists in ways that are unlawful and seek to harm journalists. Government condemns this sort of posture. In the coming weeks, we will be engaging the heads of the various security agencies to organize a series of activities to draw the attention of all members of Ghana security agencies that journalists are partners and that you have a right to nose around and fish out for information to keep the public informed. Indeed, all manner of people who work within the public space are subject to scrutiny and accountability, and therefore the work you do goes a long way to enhance that. Under no circumstance should you come under attack or any form of harassment because you are doing that. Even when you are deemed to have violated some protocol or some arrangement, the response to that should not be assault. Like all of us, you are also subject to the laws of Ghana. So even if you have trespassed or gone into areas where unauthorized personnel are not allowed, the sanction for that or the response to that cannot be assault. So it has to be taken through due process. But I think that more needs to be done to drum home this point. Those who are engaged in this sort of assault too are not going to work unscathed. The interdiction is only a first. It only shows the revulsion of the powers that be at that activity, and is the first line of punishment. Of course, as worry as the phenomenon of assault and harassment of journalists is, people accused of that also have to go through due process. You cannot apply extrajudicial measures to them because they have assaulted or harassed journalists. So they too have to go through due process as everybody else is entitled to in our land. Sometimes it takes a bit of time, and we know how the judicial system operates. It is well intentioned to ensure that people who have not committed offenses are not unfairly punished.
Onion for first quarter for Sabusia, Motin and Cano, and I watch us on my penny JDM say, and I'm watching our palm a year, a bamboo 40 and 12 for found this in la one person cry, Emmanuel M. Kosusa is saying, and then 12 for so a you Moduman said a year bamboo 4 so a you Moduan to say, a Cobasi be as and 20 be and a Junafis and maybe Anquia, a woman acquire person not me a canon and say what could it and find a Bruno, why didn't video to a trendy and no dear, and yet say a BC na mamu monunti omo mpanimfo a ekambia ewomu efa sanse nyina edim komose ne beya wo mbetimi tu saw hawo no asene nam science so ama ensentrofo atimi ayomo dwuma sene sene efata na enkofo ha bia so emfasanso na bamofo so be modwuma sene sene efata nto bibia na abekọ tia emna no de na ade aja asotwe ho bia ese adima ho bia no ebetumi ede amaw anunti wo hye eye ensentrofo nyina ebose aban no ebo no modi bia so be na from fa hodie so ye ntiatia so
ya to akase no eso enno a ene anopai ye bo mamane se professor Kwabena Frimpong Boatin ono na kane no na oye minister anaso oye swafo ewo MPP aban ni mu environment science and technology ono edin se bi atodwa akasa fa MPP amanyeko no se kane MPP amanyeko ene de no ense ene de na MPP amanyeko eye fake eno enenam so ma enra ototofo pani ede ma MPP amanyeko no Justin Frimpong kodua ebeka se omode amamra no aye ekuo na mamra no ebeto ho no openi na openi semi waka afa amanyokuo no ho egu amanyokuo no fi na obeyi na no professor so e dia tudwa say so mo friend he baby on be friend bia enya dia obeba eno sansemi so e na enei otwetwefo ebe dia kire a oda MPP ano nana obribu ahe enso e dia tudwa say sa professor Kwabena Frimpong Boatin se onim se obeka ensem a ensem fata e de agu MPP amanyoko no dia enne onyi ne ho emfiri amanyoko no onfiri mukura na afe no won wa on bejo amanyoko no omondon amanyoko no na wo munsiesi amanyoko no se ne be ya 2028 no omu betimi e de agitumi e de ama Ghana yentie nana obribu ahe ne nsem a wokan ye no ebi
when I had a new patriotic party. And when you hear me individual and then there's no sense, there's no basis for you to join any group, be it a political group or a spiritual group. For example, when you use the Roman culture, who persistent can, why you wear them, I'll call that yes, you can't worry be you, a Bema, Quanon, the Roman for better dead. And in some parts of Aqua, Mr. Nibe is everything the castle, SG. What the other idea, when you're baby, in Castle, the Shaffman, the Samo, who are not normal son, so you are not would have means it doesn't make you a reasonable person. I'm not the cool visual, be a metabasama between the Phantom, Breno, Cremo, and a woman, and yes, a Babacan. These are me so much comfortable with them. We can't hear them, mom, we can't hear them, Nimatem, we can't hear the doctor, Cremo, Roman, LD, and Chester Abbott. Now, from Tom Watson, you claim to be a member of the New Patriotic Party. Obripwane is a member of the New Patriotic Party. One is a member of the New Patriotic Party. Beku also so say there were National Executive Committee and the National Council. Like I said, that's one band. I remember Kura, so you see the memory the question. Like I said, that's one band. One thing I said, many your memory then, and I mean your question, and I mean you see then, Papa and the Cotonou, but they mean now, fast forward. Then, so Tom Watson, your interview. Although, I'm keeping on it. Although, it's a fluke. This is a fluke. This is a fluke. MPP question no cry Kase bi so na Kase bi so say obato aba all MPP ni MPP no ani we fluke we fake then in the evening the general secretary to letter brand all my just letter no so men call so men free party does it make sense? Do you think that with due respect and with due humility somebody who is of sound mind and a sane mind will be making this kind of argument? Because I'm not sound and sane mind that because it's a group people cherishing the same views and aspirations. Now all the party no MPP a fluke MPP a fluke a fake that's one from some call informing you that's one from some call so that's what party. I don't think that any normal person of sane and sound mind will be making this comment. Why? Conclusion will be that I didn't free.
Kane chefo abedi akire edema MPP amanyoko no nana obribu ahe eno say MPP amanyoko no say ye fake dia ene professor Kwabena Frimpong Boatin onfiri mu
Abuja Nchose na fe yankọ ye no eje yakọ Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana e twente afen Sidak wo mo akachi na enana promote akrata bi e di ababonten ya mo 7 na ene se esa man Ghana ye wo mere kame akwakọ ese konye bedie no do ha kase pa na titiri kasi kwanhia pa na etasisie boya na gwanyan boya na ganyan no nyina nso no dodo na private cars enkan na emom commercial cars no nko a ena se gwanyan be ase nipa bi edu miensa bo sese na se wo mo atona nanom ewonse bi no so aprepra ya eno no akwakọ ho se kase pa de amwo manu ntino wo mo so entena ho na mo nyame ha na abla wo mo enka ho ase santi no ene wo mo atwa krata ede ababonten a wo mo ebo mpanifo nyina kokko titru ene adobafo na afi so wo mo eka witness no wo mo ebo mo kokko pa sebe ya mo betumi eti no ma asopem na wode hihye papa egu akwan so na enam sare so ama kwanhia mpempi no etansi ni so etumi ejan na konsefo yi wo mo eche se ade ba ko a wo mo ne etofom ehunye pa ene se emikatantene doso dodo adobafo no empepi no ba ko no onim se aja sese na woye sese na woye no nso no obese aja wono so bi kakra ense no botuminti wo dimi kata hwi na woko wo pentema sa ba na chi asa be pa bi enso ese aja kwese be ya obe bibi akade ahye no mota no na mpempi de bo wonse nipa no anhwe yi a na wakwa dane no na edukwanhia so atumi aba na akofo house aba na for man so ye di ho abobo anu nti wo mo esrem pedifo sa do bavo ne ze ya omonya hwe pa fe so ka woness ne so empepe omo so target kakase to do bavo ne ze sales sporting ze pese wo ye na sales one person in the person so etimi eduru ho na afi ono so akari chere moto no nya bi to ne fu anti na wono so dimika tente yes aduba no ko basa so a na do ha bantomo sa kawoness ne se aya omma yes no so entimi enkofom so emfa mo se be ya adobafo no ebetumi enya opeso de aya adwuma sisa na afa mo sa kan se adobafo bi so etena ni cheye adwuma chedodo obona watema traka mo ya adwuma no perfect no pakosi anwumre na oda so ayi adwuma nti di bia bonse wabre otika no mu kra na woda nti woda no na me amfa fia oba na kwakwa kohia ka bi na kohia bo som da birim se ganyan be wi ase na enipa enkwa na ho atechema no so yade a ha adwen pa afei wo mo esan ekasa ka bi aba ya new car ka foforo kra we no Toyota Voice no chese car saka no edwane papa edesan se dwane ne temu tra so denta do ba fo no esum wane nkakwa yi so se di wewu mu hwehwehwehwe eba se bia se tuni bia don hwe miensa enan ekono wo de betimi ede bia don hwe ba ko ne fa na watumi ede yakọ bo se no wo de banti sa mi kan wo de ekọ na mi amfefe behwe na wo de kwakwa ko dwam wo dwam ewie so man hia kwa na dodo na enyi wo dwam wie a na enipa ena ne nkwan wo akọ esansa nti wo mu esa do ba fo ne se sa de na ekọ so no wo mu enhwe na fe wo mu entumi se ne be ya oman ye nyina betumi anya ye nkwan na afei yeni etire de mu ne ahoden so ede aye adwuma de abo mangana so atumi akonkai na yewura William Osei dodo na fa ne power wono national chairman ede Emma Concerned Drivers Association ene woni Sikka Kase so edi nkomo yentie no
ka ni dwan force ka ni dwan enya be stay wo ye ta ye nyimfin ko drivers ne yepe ka wona senso yepe sensi na wo de manan so ebi mu de wo so ye sire ka wona fo na wona wo de wo so wo mu tete so kakra krama second ye pese wo mu de we shim track ani shim ka wona en Kumasi emma 2 times so Kumasi na Obakra na Obefana Sankwa maybe na koyo station benya top no benya fuel na de tia waba emfa master ya ka station na so yehu obi wa oba station no be say yesi ema no kobi anu afa kwan so enem se 20/7 anu aye manu abesere kwaba enju beti ya ka oni se wacho no number board so no altra no be kono obeti no se ka na konya azent it means enam se ka ni dwane na ho ha emu ase try feeling drivers ne pese wode ye adwuma na wonye sika kura se kauna ete se okota no kura 16 na be kwakwa ya makauna enti se kauna de tracker boma anya dia obetimi dia kwa ohun enu ya first o ye ka na odi adwuma wa brem fa master enu no ye ya take that decision when station and na oba na sanko na kauna report ya ye be UFC station okay se na ka ni betima ye adwuma na Ghana fo e betrem no so benya wo masomtwi na Argentina de graba Ghana fo no ko ye na ni ho sa Ford buy na the same thing printer buy na the same thing ye hu akwan ye toto ye no ene ze ne mani nyina to atwa kakra na ko ba se ka car ni dwane enti make to speed na free ama konkoko within 1 hour 2 hours ma konkoko aba na masana be lodu bia san kokuma ase dia yem preso na ya pitima maka na ti mechira wo ma mo ye 600 ye seka wona wo mo 100 so na me 500 ebetimu kura nka nya 400 ko na to fuel na nya at least 300 na won so the be chop money enu nti ne ye ka se na car ni kum nipa no se ye ka se ye di ka na ti mirikatu na adwuma sam ti ye ka wa na ye ma zaba fo kwana saa na obekum Ghana fo epia na nyame na me wo fast na me na kuma bi na ye papa bi enu nti ye se road safety for any transport ministry wo mo aye na ka we na fo so mo aye ni union we ntimi sisa adana no kwan na anye saa e be how be Ghana.
Okay, now what can you say na in general no say some of the cars no drivers ni boarding so chenu kwa no order bi no just say on for science ni adwuma no be should come in a accident ni say no so na mo ka
and na no krati trunti na ye ka say enkomma ansa na mefa bi onko.
Okay,
because obra e na beba and utimi free akokuma ase e 1.8 uto fuel 600 wo betu buku fisila that enko ka 900 we 500 years ya wo driver ni na nya pra wo benya at least 350 now they chop money to be.
And yet, William Osei, do not find a power with the national chairman at the Emma Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, SIDAG, and I was Motin Casena, on Sikka Kase3, Eddie and Como, F. said the Kratom da Babontaine, yes, I be a more HSA, Quenshapi, no, a tie is a sequent in Porsche, and another Hakasia, at the Ever Quaver Facility, no Quino, and not what church remono.
Yatwakasiano, so your MPP, Amanyokona, a moon. Eye nim sam say afi bosumi ne da etwato no MPP abeto aba ayi obi amana bedi ekuo nanim se na be obekura franka ede ama ekuo no na 2028 akokon edinkunim ede ama ekuo no eno na yera Maxwell Kofijima ese enipa bi ejina simpie so na se wo ka won nsam a wo ka nsam bi edegu Dr. Bawomia eho afin esan se ensam a wo ka no ene se Dr. Bawomia kwa no akasa ne kromu aye Northern Region pono eto aba 2024 no wo weye eno na wo kire maka se enya no kra da biara da eye propaganda eye nsam a wo ka ede agu ne ho fin na ya hye abato e call so emfiempinu ene adonu nan na esrem mantem no Dr. Bawomia enya ye ohama bupen no onya aduanan 40% se ye de toto na nado dankwa ede ho emre bi echema na nado dankwa esrem mantem no onunya ohamu enchemu aduasa 30%. Eti no kire se Dr. Bawomia boaye ema esem mantam no ye nya vote bebre o MPP amanyeko ne nya vote bebre enti esese esia hene na etu ahenfo no wono egina na wogitum na ebre no so a wokoto abanodoma Dr. Bawomia se ne beya obabekura franka ede ama MPP amanyeko no yentie kane managing director ede Magihok onimonyamfo Maxwell Kofijima ne nsema wokaye no ebi.
That's about what you see in most of them are propaganda. They are no basis. They catch no say. But we are delivering the north. Panel to all shedder and all skills successive to their favor. I'm not saying what I'm teaching. What do they say? No, from any one region. North, any one region. You were north. You were northeast. You were savannah. You were the upper east. You were the region about me free or we need overwhelmingly. They want to this or be overwhelming. The same way, no, by a thank you again, South. And I'm one term candidate here, our MPP candidate was married the whole South. I'll tell you about I don't know to present it. No, old school. One day, I know I come away. I'm free, baby. I will feel not easy. What we want. They were winning. MPP for winning that. That's number one. You ever can show one TV and win his own, and I win his own order. But the reality is going to say, so for start enclave and start enclave. But we are going 40%. They could find for 30%. That's 10% increase. The party as a whole, no, yeah, but that has always been the case when a person runs for the first time. It happened to Kufuor. We got less. Bawomia. I go for the so-called 3 times. And the male, the male first time will lose. Apart from the Rollins, I know for free soldier ever there. One question or incumbent. So what are you talking about? Kenya propaganda, no? And somewhere the association Ghana for 2 more. I'm who the true state of affairs are. They are is clear just because my mommy will be sacrificed. Samira, we could see him on. I mean, coach. What's it? Then can you don't go constituency? What is it? The president will run a first time now losing here. What we call Catholic Church, if we miss
Catholic for me na moto ma for and as Akufo do run lose yen obi ko Anglican for who be Anglican for moto man why do you do that to Bawumia and yes say we lost and elections na court ye ko 2 years Bawumia run on the ticket of a political party. It's a political party that lost but Akufo has to for ko ball now one has to follow but Akufo lose what yen ka say captain lose what are we talking about?
Any Kane managing director at the Magihawk Distillery Company Limited. Onimonya for Maxwell Kofijima and the Kawasaya propaganda. Essence Bawumia, ni Kromono, or Dinkunima MPP abai, and Untino, Montwabano, Emano, now Metu Franca, and from MPP Amanyukuno.
That's about me. I'm born home or day.
Born home day,
40% or comparison or say about me
40%.
And 40% is against another
President Kofo, the
30%. And I say, Okonenimti. Obahasi, I was no besides say, Oba Southern Party, I say in Sua. Why not to me about us also to me in the Southern Party? But the tennis say about me and I guess I should have say, for man on what this I hope was nowadays. Abba. What's all that you? So, and then I'm almost sorry, I'm more Casal than this. Ah, you.
Yo. Yet, what Cassiano as so. Ye call a poor mantemu, qua mine, then Chamoso district. Assembly SC Ewo. Abrantie bi akoton ne babema wanya enfie and sape waton 1 million Ghana cedis eno na nam so ama aposifo bo adwuma say aposifo aye nhwehwemu ama sabe ya so ne panchi a ya de na kwokere aban kokomu
enti aposifo no also wakoton na se wakoton no
ane ba mfie miensa abemu amfie miensa no waton no
ndi
waton no
utiemu ana se enchemu no utiemu ana se mantemo na kaza no wakachire na damfo bi se wo makoton me bande e de ama ni pastor me makoton me bande no ma ni pastor ko bo approach for so de aman
oyentuma asemi ya no
oba approach for so aman ye no me so no medi ni tente sa na mo no tu fondi ni tente sa wakoya
eni ya chi eni approach for so
sana asemo ye ndi ewiase ti pa se wanka se wawo anakra nipa no akano ni maame bi one ne ti ana no papa ne nkwa ne ti question na me bi sana yo se wanka se wawo ba sa ho chenti ko tona di 1 billion
emra mu de enkakwara no fie miensa de ke onyini se papa ne ti no enfie miensa de nke onyini se papa ne ti no so wo hwa se na asemisi ya wo hwa one papa no nkwa ne ti
enti aho kire be pa na se komu se enti me dia so papa ko
Bible maybe see no na eto aso
yo na si biasi pen enti biasi pen dia na se enya ne saa na yenko bi hye na we so na ye bio nti yemfa kase no emfa ensi ha ye ba na se emfa ma nusu adwuma ye fonya sansa mo adam ne no bobo kase no ede ema ye semufo fala so kwadi agwakra 95 years osemu ede ema ye sanso na former edabut ede ku Facebook live na ode ko YouTube so ede account TikTok ni de keka ho nyina so wono ede ko no asena chinchin fidie ne so ede ama watimi atie nkan so ede afre na ede kase ebremu me Kwame Ofori Abuaje elder 0 menumenu aba
ama sewa ampafu
yes so ana obi wo
birthday
you
big na wodane awoda pa awoda chenchire nchepa
yo ne ye nkoi
yo yema Ohima Hana Amabonsu Insuta dache hima yema happy birthday sa birthday every Orua Michael Ofosu every year oso ma wawoda pa nyame onhyiraw oma wonkwaten na wakoma so ade bia wo hwe bia nyame onye ema Ohima Hana ama bonsu dachi insuta hima near Michael Ofosu every year see yan kan cha
dachi nsu time na so timi di ade ma ne ye
ah sana we ho dachi nsu time
o hwe so a won ti Ghana ha
o sha
na background na on ti Ghana se o chebi to o ye dachi nsu cha ehema to o ye this year ene no udi na woda di nipa na wo wish no ni kwa na ne de
minim bana
yo ngati
Michael Ofosu every year minim nipa koro so se ye ma na woda pa
ngati abusia ene ya sorry na